Welcome back to Barbershop Talking Random Ish. I am your master barber, Ricky King. I am in the building. I got my boy and chair number one, Mr. Scalp himself. What's good with you, my boy?
Felt a little bit better.
Okay, I mean, that's why we good conversation.
Yeah.
Good conversation.
Yeah, it's definitely helping.
Yes, sir. And we got Miss Ragonda Menefield in the building. She is here because the topic of the show is New Year's resolutions. Primarily, we're talking women health, and she is an expert in this field on not only from the fitness side, but to the nutrition side, to the mental side. And before we left, our brother, Mr. Pete Season himself, had a great question that I want him to re-ask her, and I want her to get into that, because that's one of the biggest things. Actually, me and Wifey had this conversation about that particular thing all the time. Ask that question again, sir.
Before he asks that question, I got one question for you.
Okay.
Boss man. When did we change his name?
Well, he
What happened to other name?
Oh,
I like that name better.
We get Slim Fitness sensitive. I
kind of like that, man. Pieces over with. Pieces over with.
We don't go back to the first one?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go ahead, bro. I just had to ask that.
No, what I was asking her is about the zero sugar thing. I was telling her that I am a diabetic, so I'm partaking a lot of those things. And since you brought up sugar so many times tonight, I said, well, let me ask her about it, especially with the coffee. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I do drink coffee sometimes, and I use Splenda, drink Coke Zeros, and those type of things like that. Could you explain to me and the audience what exactly when it says zero sugar? I think it was called saffron instead of sugar. Mm-hmm. What exactly is saffron, and if you're partaking in these zero sugars, does that still affect your health on the sugar side?
So here's what I will say, and I'll let some of the nutritionists chime in. I do want to shout out Ashley Hosley, who I think a lot of you guys may possibly know. She actually is certified in nutrition, and does take on class. I want to shout her out specifically because she definitely deals with clients with nutritions and immune systems. But what I do want to say is we do have to be careful when we read labels. There's nothing wrong with zero sugar things. In fact, but you have to look at that label. Sometimes they will trick you. They will brand it as zero sugar, but if you look on the back, it'll say added sugars or sugar alcohols.
Okay.
So just be careful. Other than that, really not a big deal. Especially like your sugar-free yogurts. But specifically, just make sure you're looking to see, did they sneak on the back end and say added alcohol sugars. Just like even with the keto thing, you have to be careful. They'll say keto certified, but then when you flip it over, it'll say 14 grams of sugar and then 6 added. Mm-hmm. Well, that's not keto. That's a lot of sugar. And since we're talking about labels, what I do want to say is when you read a label, first thing you want to do is look at how much fiber is there. So I'm trying to give a math example. So say if something was 24 carbs, mm-hmm. but the fiber in it was, 18. That's good because the fiber, you subtract that from the carb. That leaves you what your carb is.
Oh, okay.
However, if it says 24 carbs, but only 4 grams of fiber,
you got a lot of sugar.
You got a lot of sugar. Right. See what I'm saying about just those little simple things will make a huge difference. I promise you. I'm I'm gonna go back to again. My protein bars, because I'm not gonna shout out the brand because I don't want y'all to get shit down. I mean, I was killing them things. Killing them. Niggas, something ain't hitting right. These clothes they ain't hitting. They ain't hitting like I want them to hit. I started doing the math. I was like, this is what it is. This has 24 grams of sugar. Yeah, my label on the outside says only 3 ingredients. No, that's not true. So really try to educate yourself. Again, go back to YouTube on how to read labels. Even your salad dressings, the sugar is really snuck in a lot of your salad dressings. I tend to keep a rule of through the week. I try to stick with vinaigrette dressings on the weekend, which is what I call my flex day. That's when I have my ranch or whatever. And I want to be clear, since we're talking about nutrition. I don't want anyone to feel like they're in prison. I enjoy everything you enjoy. I'm just strategic about what I enjoy. Through the week, I'm very disciplined on what I eat, but I enjoy those things. I love Mexican food. Mexican food is actually one of the most healthiest things you can eat, guys, on trying to lose weight. Just make sure you're not saturating it with a lot of too much cheese, but it really is low carb. Just don't put all the beans on there. I eat a lot of fish tacos. I use keto tortilla wraps. So I enjoy everything you enjoy. And then whether it's a Saturday or a Sunday, that's my flex day where I eat what I want to eat. Not the entire day, but I eat what I want to eat. So it's not a prison. It's just being strategic in what you do.
So what is alcohol sugar? What's the difference?
Still sugar.
So it's,
I ain't gonna give you nothing big.
I mean, that's what the label says, but it's still
there's just
sugar.
another fancy name. Again,
Okay.
a nutritionist may tell you something different, but sugar is what impacts our body. It's what raises your insulin level. If your insulin level raises, you can't burn the fat.
The body still reads it as sugar.
Because, keyword, resistant. That's why you'll see somebody killing themselves in the gym, but if they haven't changed their eating, or they may not even realize it, it really is because they haven't curtailed some of that sugar. Even in their pre-workouts, and their protein bar. Everything that's marked healthy is not healthy. That's what I'll say. That's why you gotta learn to read a label.
Absolutely, because a lot of those things, hot bad words. I like to call them hot bed words, like the organics and the and the power, the pro. What's the new pre-workouts?
The prebiotics and stuff.
Yeah.
You have to look at those things are good. We do need those things. You
Yes.
need those cultures in your body. I want to be clear. Still gotta read the label. If it's tasting real good, it's got a lot of real sugar. Okay? So again, you gotta look at that back of it. And again, do some math. If you know you gotta just stick with this protein bar, you will not let it go. Some cuts gotta be made on the other end of the day. That you're not going over this certain amount of sugar. Because y'all, it all starts to add in before the day's over. You don't realize it, but you've had 200 grams of sugar. So your little workout, that's what it was. Just a little workout.
A little something.
Just a
Little something.
Little something. But I'm telling you, they both work together. And mentally, I'm gonna go back to it has to be self-love involved. If you are doing this for any other reason than for you, I'm sorry, y'all, you are going to fail. It has to be for you. You have to say, I want better for me. I don't care what anyone else looks like. I want to be the best version of me.
How do you get to that point if you're a woman that has been obese all her life, or like you, when she was in school, she was $125. She done got married, had these kids. Now
I didn't have kids.
you know,
I'm being funny.
you know, she done got married, had these kids. She jumping on these pop-up diets, the little things that come up. So 1 month she did good. She lost a little weight, but as quick as she lost it, she gained it right back because she couldn't get it and how and the husband he don't like her this week, so she eating to get it. how do you change? How do you get your mentals? Because mental health is such a big thing in what we do here in this barbershop. We talk about mental health because we know how the mental health has affected me personally, but also has affect our community, and how a lot of times we don't change that part of our health so that we can start to change the other parts of our health that we miss it out. So how do we get that mental health part of this thing?
So as a believer, I'm absolutely going to say it's going to always start with God. I'm not going to speak on any platform and not say that it's not God. Now, where everybody else believes is what they believe, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always going to start there. How we communicate with Him, because talking to Him, He can reflect back and show you He created you in His image, and He doesn't make mistakes. And so because I know He doesn't make mistakes, I'm good. I don't care where I'm at in life, I'm good. That's how you start speaking those things over yourself. Every day, put some affirmations on that mirror. I am beautiful. I am fine. I don't care if you're 200 pounds. I look good. The more you do that, the more you can walk in your purpose and do what you need to do. Because again, when we don't have that, what happens is we get in this gym, we go overdrive like Lee just said, we burn out because we never did get the fundamentals down. And then the mental, because we never got it together, just spirals out of control. But if we get that mental together, we can make the change. Oh yeah, I thought I needed to eat. Nope, I can just go walk. And as I'm walking, I'm talking to myself. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you for this mobility. Thank you that you pushed me to go further. I'm doing this, and I'm doing it for me, but I'm going to inspire someone. Those little things. Never compare. That is the number one mental problem. Quit living in the spirit of comparison. Every day, know you, I'm going to say it just real hood, like, know you the number one stunner. Because if you don't think you look good, who else is? It starts with you. So it may sound silly, but affirming yourself. Now, again, we need therapy. It is a real thing, and we need to quit being so taboo about it. Sit down and talk to somebody. Nutritionists, therapists, all have a purpose that is needed, and most insurances do cover it, guys. They do. Watch podcasts. Every day I live with a rule. I listen to 4 things. 1 for my spirit, 1 for my education, 1 for fitness, and 1 ratchet.
What's your ratchet?
Keep that balance.
What's your ratchet?
I'm gonna stay street like that. Okay?
What's your ratchet?
Switch made like that. Okay? UGA different talks. Okay?
Yeah.
But I'm being
Yeah.
But I'm being intentional
Mm-hmm.
in what I want in me. You see the difference?
Right.
Intentional. So we all have issues. We all have days that we go through. So I'm not discounting that. What I am saying is, what are you doing about it? Did you know that working out sometimes can take your mental down because it'll bring the stress levels down? Half the time when you work out, you'll be able to talk through everything that you're mad about. And once you get through working out, you're like, oh, I was mad about that. That ain't nothing.
For those of us that are in our later, the good years of life, and you have someone in your life, what is the importance, especially if you're a lady and she has a man at home? What can he do to help her with some of these things? Because I know if you have a partner that doesn't see your vision or supports your vision, it almost like defeats the purpose, because if that's your number one person and they don't support what you do, it almost discouraging to you. So how do you help women that possibly going through this because he don't want her to change because he like her like she is, but that might not be healthy for her to be like that. So how do you help her navigate through that?
You know what's funny? You said that, but that is a real thing, more than you know. But it's not just women. I know some men that have told me their woman does not want them to lose weight or change. But I'm going to give you some pushback to those who are saying that. Is it that you don't want them to lose weight, or it's an insecurity within yourself that you think if they lose weight, that others will look at them and you'll lose them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
It's not about that person. It's more of that person that's asking you not to change. It's something within them. Now, how do you resolve it? I don't want to ever tell a woman what to do in a relationship or a man. But my gosh, I would hate to be with someone that didn't want me to be the best version of me. That's what I would say. There's some conversations that need to be had. If you are emphatically telling me that you don't want me to be the best version of me, something's wrong there. I don't care if you're a man or a woman.
Absolutely.
And that's whether it's my spiritual being better, my physical, or my mental. That should be a push because that's going to help both of us.
I agree. Anybody else got any other questions or anything else for Ms. Ragonda?
No, but everything I asked, I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of things I didn't know. I don't know if we even talked about it were we on air or not, but the vitamin D thing.
Okay, yeah, you did bring this good point.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that because I was telling you how I was, you know, I have kids who, you know, were deficient in vitamin D. So,
you know, what I was saying and what we were saying in the break is that's one of the specific areas I do want to study in because which I have shared this journey on Facebook probably about a couple of years ago when I gave my testimony about it. I don't want to use the word suffer, but I have low vitamin D. And with me, the impact it had on me was the absorption of food. It was so bad to the fact that they thought I had Crohn's disease. So I'm sitting here at 35, and having to get colonoscopies. Typically, you don't get colonoscopies until you're 50. So much so that I actually have to get them now every 5 years to make sure everything is good. Crohn's disease was ruled out, and I think they tested me for, what is it, celiac? It begins with a C. I can't think of it right now. But it ended up being, it was the vitamin D, the low vitamin D. How you would absorb food and it would naturally go down, it would sit on top of my stomach. And it would make me nauseous. Also causing me to have a lot of cramps. And I still have that residual. I still get hand cramps sometimes and foot cramps. They have subsided a lot since my vitamin D has went up. But I also have people that with low vitamin D have some mental things that go on, anxieties. I have some people with low vitamin D, they have skin issues. It impacts each person differently, and it's about working with a good doctor to figure out what those things are. Most doctors are either going to have you increase the vitamin D, have you on a prescription. Once you get it up enough, they'll tell you to take a regular one. But sometimes you still will have residuals with it. But no, and it's really dominant in African American culture.
is it? You said that they thought you had Crohn's disease, right? Is it? I guess the diagnosis. Is it a lot better now to say, hey, your vitamin D is low, this is why you're going through this, you're going through that, and in return for when you went through it?
I'm going to say no and yes, because you still need to rule it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it could have very well been Crohn's. I thank God it wasn't. It still needs to be ruled out, but we want to make sure we're with physicians that listen to us. That's the thing, that listen to us and not just, well, I'm going to just send you here, I'm going to send you there. Because also, a lot of people suffer with a lot of immune deficiencies. It's been very dominant in the African American culture as well. But a lot of that can be combated, guys. Nutrition.
And working out.
Yeah.
You are what you eat.
You know, I won't tell this particular person's testimony, but this one young lady who I know has suffered with immune. She went on a pathway of finding new ways to eat. She's lost salmon. I think she doesn't eat anything with refined sugar. She doesn't have any inflammation or any of that anymore by simply changing her nutrition.
That's what I really would love to have, a nutritionist.
And I'm gonna shout out Ashley Hosley again.
Ashley Holt.
I'm gonna put you in connection with her.
Yes, because
And the great thing about Ashley is she's actually a counselor. She's a therapist, licensed, takes clients.
Nice.
She also has certification in nutrition. And you know what else she did? She was a fitness competitor, so she can speak to it all.
wow. Okay. Yeah, I would love, especially if I can get her in next week, because like I say, next week is going to be the men's part. But I know nutrition, especially once you get 35, your body don't process things the way. Yeah, that metabolism slows down, and the way we eat, and what we eat, and how we eating it, and when we eating it.
Right.
That's a question I want to ask because about the way Sam works in eating. If you got one of these crazy schedules and you're coming in late at night, because that's one of my problems. I snack. I can do great all day. I can be laying in the bed, eyes closed, and a tater chip call.
A
tater chip be calling.
He said, hey, Ray. And he said potato chip.
But that tater chip be calling me. Don't let me have them fresh skins. What? Them fresh skin from Duke. Ooh, that good sauce. Ooh, it be calling me. How can I break that? How can we break? I mean, are there some good snacks that you can have if you late at night and you find yourself coming in from work and you know you're not finna burn that stuff off? Is there something good that?
Nothing good.
Nothing.
You eat some carrots. So.
Nothing, Rick. I can answer
I was
that.
trying to. I was like,
Probably one of the fasts, right? You agree? Like you need to cut your whatever you eat off at a certain time because I think you at least need 12 hours.
Yeah.
of
See,
fasting.
I believe in intermittent fasting,
Right.
which is kind of what you're
12 hours of
referring to.
fasting.
You know?
Right. So
I
if
don't know
you
if
cut
you've
off
heard of that.
No.
So if you cut off at 7, then you don't eat again until 7 o'clock in the morning.
When I'm on my thing, I'm good because I don't eat to noon. My first meal of the day, more times than not, is lunchtime.
Okay.
So
if your first meal is at lunch, what time are you? When you say late night snacking, what time are you eating?
Oh, sorry.
it
No,
depends.
and it's no judgment.
No. It depends on what time she put me to bed.
Huh?
I'm sorry,
That doesn't
y'all.
sound right, bro.
My mind, ladies and gentlemen, did not go there. Well, that would be off camera, but it went somewhere else.
It depends on what. No, but
We got kids watching.
Clarify.
It really depends because like on Monday night football, I might be up, and then some regular nights if ain't nothing going on, I might go to bed at a reasonable. But it's those nights when.
So give me a reasonable night and give me a late night time.
Oh, a late night time is 12, 1. Yeah, that's late night. A reasonable time, 9. You know. Now I don't want. Trust me, I don't want. I promise you, I don't want to. But them things be calling me.
Eating lifestyle change.
But see, that's another thing. My wife looks like this. She's healthy. She's good, so she can have some things in the house.
Right.
But some of those things be calling me.
Right.
And does she have for her? And be ready. You know, Tanya got that. You need to go try that.
It's solo weekend. I'm trying to figure out where to start. It's solo.
Hey, that's for next week.
I will say, you know, and I'll anything we've said. Like, let me start with this. I am such a believer in research on your own. Okay, what I say is not concrete, God, or research it on your own. I am a firm believer in that. So I said it to say I am an advocate for intermittent fasting. I swear by it. It requires discipline, but it's just great discipline. And I think it works for people who have different work schedules. Because all you're doing is, let's say you stop eating your meal at 8 p.m. On goal, you really should do like a 16-8 window, depending on your age. Someone a little older, I would probably tell them maybe a 14 window. Your first meal, you didn't sleep 8 of the hours, guys. Most of y'all skipping breakfast anyway. But it's just training about, but you have to be disciplined. So I'm never gonna tell nobody to eat at midnight, ever. Unless it's their work shift and they're telling me they're gonna not eat that next day till those, I'm never gonna, because if you lay right down after you eat, that's weight gain, period.
Yes.
It's not necessarily the late night eating, it's the fact that once you eat, you're laying down. There's no burning. 9 o'clock, and it's not bad, it depends on what you're eating. Still can't lay down, and that next meal the next day needs to be later. But again, I'm coming from a perspective of I believe in intermittent fasting. I swear by it. I not just weight loss, I think it is good for diabetic people. I think it helps them with insulin resistance. I think it's a wonderful tool. Even when I go on vacation, I still stick with it with no issues. I'm able to flex. If I know I just went to Puerto Rico, if I know that we're gonna have a catered breakfast, whether they do or not, I cut off my eating earlier so I can still enjoy myself. It's just a lifestyle.
Right. Yeah. Along with that, would you think that maybe portion control? So, because sometimes like people just gorge and eat.
And they binge because they ain't ate all day.
Right. And then
That's what I hate being hungry, right? Because once I'm hungry, yeah.
But you're right, portion control.
right, and you can train your stomach with portion control too. Because I know I used to eat about 20 wings in one sitting. Can't do it now.
Wow. Okay,
This is years ago though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's number one faster out of all of us. Yeah, me and Rick don't do no fast.
I do a lot of intermittent.
I can't because I'm a diabetic.
Right.
But Lee is correct on portion control. I think that's something that that can be something that can be changed.
So, if we're being transparent, what's the one bad thing you eat that you know you need to work on?
One thing that I eat,
Chitlins.
Lee, come on, man.
You don't eat chitlins?
I haven't had a chitlin in years.
I thought we talked about this last time. Okay, go ahead.
Oh my God.
It was bougie.
I would say.
Talking about you.
And let me change the
I would
question
say like
on the regular, because I want to say again, y'all, we don't need to be in prison of food and we shouldn't be scared of it. I'm saying, what do you eat on a regular that you know you need to change?
probably grits.
Grits are good, but yeah.
Yeah, because I go to the Waffle House every morning.
Oh, even worse. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Well, okay, well, the Waffle House.
Yeah.
Because I've taken my meds, I gotta eat, but the things that I'm eating, I would say grits.
Those grits are super starchy, and then Waffle House.
But but then I'm thinking the hash browns are even more worse. So,
we going to
right. So
and let me tell you what you've done yourself. You started, and you're diabetic. You started your morning off with high sugar. You gotta be crashing.
I don't know. I don't eat a whole bowl, but I do have some grits. I'm being honest.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm being honest. So I would say that's probably the number one thing. Maybe just don't even have grits, just have the eggs and a piece of chicken or whatever.
You don't have to sound so sad about it, because that could be a little
It
bit
did hurt.
shit.
It hurt.
I mean, you felt it.
I felt that hurt.
I mean, it was like he was like,
I'm green.
he was like oatmeal.
Yes, I actually, but it's instant oatmeal. I had actually started eating that before I went to work, right after I took my meds. But I started to realize that it wasn't enough, and my blood sugar starts dropping.
Okay.
So it wasn't enough. So I don't know if it was the portions that I was just doing the one pack or whatever. It might have been the portions. I'm not for sure. But
And just be careful with the instance and looking at the sugar.
Right, exactly.
So that's what I want you to take away from
Yeah,
today.
right.
Looking at that sugar, because again, just because it's healthy doesn't mean it doesn't have bad things
Right.
in it.
Right.
And some of those oatmeals will sneak
Right.
on you, but there are a lot of good ones out there too. Though.
Yeah.
And I started to bring, no lies, some example of snacks, and I didn't. I was like, I think I'm like,
No, I absolutely wish you had them, because those are the type things. In fact, if you don't mind, will you later send me a list of snacks, because this is the kind of information that I would like to put out.
Because I specifically think you would like, and I'm gonna say it's called Catalina cereal. You see it in Kroger. It's in the cereal section, but it's like in this little bag, and it says plant-based. That chocolate has 11 grams of protein. I think it's less than 2. It's delicious. You don't need milk. I mean, just snack on it. It's delicious. I'm telling you. You can find a lot of little things out here. Just research, and it's gonna be trial and error. I've had a lot of misses, because again, I'm not gonna eat nothing that don't taste good. But I really think you would like that, and that actually could be your breakfast.
Okay. So what exactly is it?
It's plant-based cereal.
It's a cereal. Okay.
But it has such a crunch. Some people eat it with milk. I just eat it plain as a snack.
Right. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
And they have different ones. They have a honey graham, a cinnamon crunch. I like the chocolate and the honey graham.
Low in sugar and.
And I'm gonna tell you, on a good little flex day, I'll take some whipped cream cheese, which is low in sugar. I take agave nectar, take the Catalina cereal, put it in there with some nuts. I got a little glorified healthy cheesecake.
Okay.
Still the same thing you eat. I just make it different.
Yeah. And can you touch on before we get out of here, superfoods like boiled eggs,
Like greens.
like greens, like things that you really should be putting into your body, like. Because I just recently started back eating eggs. I eat 2 eggs a day now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, 2 boiled eggs a day in the morning.
I love boiled eggs. Sorry. I love
no,
some salt and pepper.
Yeah, listen,
Salt and pepper. Ooh.
I like
That's-
hot sauce.
I put salt and pepper on it, and
Little
a
hot
little
sauce.
vinegar. I put a little vinegar on mine.
I like hot
Apple
sauce.
cider vinegar.
I like a little hot sauce.
Organic apple cider vinegar. Put a little vinegar on that boiled egg with the salt and pepper.
I never thought about vinegar. Now you're gonna have me try that, because
Yeah.
that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I like that though. But this is a good question, because even me, even though I eat healthy, I don't eat a lot of greens. So you know what I had to start doing? I had to start buying powdered greens to ensure that I was getting it in. Because I only like green beans, I only like broccoli and asparagus. I'm not gonna eat that every day. So being very honest, I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
I eat salads, but that salad is not gonna compensate for the amount. So I use a product called OxyGreens. They sell it at Vitamin Shop. They sell it some other places, and you can try different greens. This is just the one I like, and that I put my clients on, and they like. 1 scoop gives you your daily dose. It also gets the inflammation off the gut, and this is a very true story. I took it 2 weeks before I had surgery to ensure, because it's a prebiotic as well, that I would be okay. After surgery, I drank it for 2 weeks. I had no inflammation after having a full hysterectomy. And my journey is on my TikTok. I even show the difference in how I look. But so with that said, superfoods are very important. And if you're like me and you know you're not going to sit there and eat greens, definitely invest in some type of powdered greens to take. You're going to have to do trial and error to see which ones are good. And you still got to look at the sugar content.
You said OxyGreens?
OxyGreens. I'll take some of the picture of it.
Is the one that you take?
I get the pineapple flavor or the strawberry margarita.
How's the sugar levels in those?
Sugar level is low.
Okay, all right.
Turmeric. Just throwing some random things out.
Oh
I
no,
know
turmeric is
that-
good. Unfortunately, I can't take it, but it is good.
Good for.
If you
What's it good for?
inflammation.
Information.
We want
Because
anything that can get inflammation off us. We want, and it's good for skin.
It's
See,
antioxidant.
because I cook with, if I'm cooking, I put turmeric in because of the inflammation. Because since I've been 52, me and gout.
That's what arthritis.
Gout.
Yeah.
So I use that
Turmeric is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turmeric's good. The greens are good.
Extra virgin olive oil, I heard, is pretty good too.
It is avocado oil.
To take
I want to go back to because you made the apple cider.
vinegar, yeah.
Yeah.
Take a shot a day.
Man, let me tell you a little turn on you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Get you some water, sparkling water, but no sugar. Sparkling water. I'm gonna keep saying it. Okay. Great brands are Polar Bear has a good one. Target sells what is a good anyway. You want to know? Add the tablespoon of the apple cider to your sparkling water. Tastes like a little citrus tree. Killing two birds with one stone. You're getting the digestive going, and you're getting the apple cider in. That's going to help with the inflammation and the enzymes. And
So what I have done with the apple cider, I take like a cap full, might put in here with a little lemon juice, and try that. But the apple cider in the beginning is rough.
I had to chase up water.
Yeah, it's rough. In the beginning, it's rough.
It is.
When I was rough
and if you ever go off of it and then you start back,
oh my Lord, it's rougher.
Right.
It's
Yes,
real rough.
yeah.
And then let me go ahead and shout out my sister because I messed around and gave her the wrong directions one time, y'all. So I literally told her, I think I said, hey, you need to take 6 ounces of water and 4 tablespoons of apple cider. Oh, she was big mad. And it was really just a mistype in the phone. She's still mad at me to this day.
Yeah.
But y'all, it's 6 ounces of water to 2 tablespoons of apple cider. If you do the water spritzer, I just take 2 capsulefuls and put it in.
I'm gonna be some of the apple cider vinegar. I take a shot glass.
I used to.
I put turmeric in it, turmeric powder in it, and then the apple cider vinegar.
No. When I was on my thing, I had apple cider vinegar with the cayenne pepper and warm water. I used to drink every other day. I used to get me a good glass of, drink it every other day. And that
lemon in it, it brightens up your skin.
But that one I was almost fine. Them days are gone. They gone.
Nope.
They
See,
come back.
They're gone, but they come back.
No.
Come back, right.
We are all still fine. See, that go back to that what we said, self-affirmation. We just got a little more of us that we need to break down, but we're still fine.
Okay, but I'm a realist. I know I ain't quite as fine as I was at one time. Yes, sir. Hey, man, we thank you.
Thank y'all.
I thank you. Please shout out your business.
Again,
and how they can get in touch with you if they need anything from you and what you do.
Thank you. So again, as you know, I do teach at Crunch. 2 spin classes, 5:30 in the morning, Tuesday and Thursdays. Saturday, 9:15 a.m., 4:15 p.m. I teach a weightlifting class. And like I said, we're bringing back my TRX. But my personal business is Body by G Fitness. You absolutely see people in the community wearing the shirts because I sell fitness apparel as well, tanks and stuff, and body butters. I do have boot camps that are outdoors at boot camp. I usually put up the flyer on Facebook. It's a $10 sign up. That's your registration fee. Not doing it in the winter. I typically do it fall up to winter and then spring throughout summer. And then I do online boot camps. Now I am fully booked. But please, as I am trying to build my business Instagram, reach out to me on Body by G Fitness on Instagram and even just on my regular TikTok of Ragonda G Menefield, or reach me on Ragonda G Menefield on Facebook.
All right, man. I thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you guys. This was good.
And in February, we're gonna need to go on to book you for the 2nd or 3rd week in February. Get you back in here. Let's talk about your journey. We're trying to get your doctorate, but the game of life is This game of life is a series of moments. The past is just that, the past. Learn from it and be thankful for it. The future, prepare for it. It's coming. Let's get to the next one. The present, it is a gift. Enjoy the journey. Take pictures and thank God. It's time to sweep the floors. We're gonna clean the clippers. Sam, since you forgot Robert, you got the bathroom. The shop is closed.
Peace.
What's up?